my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Cross Watchers. Welcome to your timeless Path of True Love reading with Extended. I am your reader, Mark-Angelo Lyons Mao. For short, they're my initials. I'm not bad. I'm just spelled that way. I'm a professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 25 years in service at the time of this timeless read, author of Words of Grace from a professional witch in chakra chapters. There's a Kindle version available with a previewable link, so you can check out the table of contents there. See the chakra chapters, what graces are in each might be helpful considering. There's going to be some chakras going down in this reading. The original version, though, not the Kindle version, is over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle, my favorite thing on planet Earth ever at the moment. My members-only subscription platform that gives me a lot of creative freedom and leeway, free of algorithms and logarithms and all of that. All of my subscribers, regardless of level of subscription, get 3 benefits in common. Shall we? Number 1, they get an unlisted YouTube live stream link sent to them every morning so they can chat with me in what's called a daily check-in. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way, the best way for me to start my day considering what I do for a living. The second benefit, number 2, they get all of the extended readings, including the one that I'm going to do for this one, past, present, and future, as long as they remain subscribers. And the third benefit, number 3, third house Geminis, they get an extensive discount on private sessions and spiritual counseling and readings and all of that in person, Zoom recorded, whatever. We'll talk about it at the end of the video, but I gotta tell you, the best thing on earth for me is Patreon right now. I have a true love relationship with it, and I am so excited about what's coming next. Like, for example, we now have 7-day free trials for our first 2 levels of subscription, Seeker and Human. Seeker and Human. We'll talk about that at the end of the video too. But I just did some amazing breath work. I am ready to do this read, but I am glad that this will be seen by my patrons on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark-Angelo Lyons, and if you're gonna roar, you might as well. So just call me Mal. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, no, doing this actually before I travel to Saratoga in July 2023. You could be watching this years from now, but the funny thing is this will actually post when I'm already back from that, because I'm a Virgo. I know how to schedule my work, and it changes and fluctuates like crazy. So I am ready to get down to biz. So let's do some explanation for the new Geminis and the Cross Watchers, and then we'll get to the divination of all of it. If you'd like to jump ahead, please do, but if you are new, welcome. Path of True Love is your hero's journey, your healing journey, your ascension path, your path of awakening, whatever you want to call it, through the lenses of your relationships in your life. All of your relationships in your life. We're going to look at one in particular, you in relationship to somebody else on the path of true love, because, you know, you're walking along the path, you meet somebody, right? Or, you know, whatever. You'll get the vibe if you're new. It's pretty easy. We're using a Celtic Cross spread for that. So let's talk about that. We are going to get 2 Caroline Myss archetype cards to show us the dominant archetypal patterns in party number 1 and party number 2. Like a contract, or we're looking at a specific soul contract in a general read. Then we're going to take 10 Mythic Tarot for the 10 cards in the Celtic Cross. By the way, there's a preface to this video that I did a couple of years ago. I should probably update it, but it really does explain all of this stuff much deeper than I can do in every single video. I'd lose my mind if I had to do it in every single video again. That's why I made the one video to explain them all. And then we will get 2 Whispers of Love, the higher selves of party number 1 and party number 2, Whispers of Love Oracle. Angela Hartfield, her Whispers of Lord Ganesh are in the part 2 to help remove obstacles on the path of true love. And then we will end it with a Matt Kahn healing mantra deck. So whether you're a cross watcher, you will have a mantra and some insight, right? Hopefully some understanding, insight, empathy, and sympathy for the one you are cross watching for. I am writing down the archetypes as they go. So let's see what hits the table. Or I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, it'll come to me. It always comes out eventually. So I think that's enough for explanation right now. So let's get to the divination. And I find that shift happens in the still point. So let's go there. Shall we? Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do whatever I can to help anybody on their journey of the path of true love. It is a hero's journey, and we get to choose if we're going to be villains or heroes. But remember, if you're going to choose hero, it's not much of a hero's journey without demons, dragons, villains, and vampires, usually in human form. Well, they need healing too. So let's do this. Let's get into that still point and see what happens. I'm psyched. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheons override. Indeed. Using the Caroline Mace archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video. Drawn to this reading, beloved ones, what is the dominant archetype indicating the shadow work, the soul power being alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, those three atoms between lead and gold on the periodic table that can't be created or destroyed, only released, transformed, alchemized is my language of preference on that. On the path of true love. So we need party number one. What's hovering over their head? Party number one, archetypally, and what's going on over the head of party number two? Understanding that the Gemini could be on either side here in a general read, could even be very much a divine feminine, divine masculine. Within the self there could be mirroring. You already know this. This is in the title. Ooh, the Saboteur and the Messiah. Oh boy, here we go. I gotta explain these. Okay, so all archetypes are neutral no matter what they sound like. As brilliant as they sound, as horrible as they are, and as terrifying as they sound, as magnificent as they are, lead to gold. Written on each card is a shadow attribute and a light attribute, lead gold. Alchemy, releasing, this is what the path of true love is for. The purpose, though it's hard to see it if you're coming from a place of reason. Reason is a human invention. So, the leaded Saboteur. Saboteur archetype is a survival family archetype. There are 9 different families. Everyone has all of the 4 archetypes in this particular family. It's the trunk of the tree that, if it's healthy, feeds all the other archetypal families within your alchemical schemata. So the lead induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. It's Wile E. Coyote. It's totally, that's like the best example that pretty much everybody knows Wile E. Coyote, right? Super genius, and that's the thing. The Saboteur uses reason to do that. Well, meanwhile, where's the heart in all of that? The light we're all shooting for highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. And that's everybody. Well, if I become completely empowered, people are going to be afraid of me, or I will end up alone, right? And none of that's because we think of people who are fully empowered and we put them up on the top of the mountain, right? Like, right? In any way, right? Spiritual, career. Look what we do to celebrities. Come on, right? You know, to know that we have that power, all of us are working on that. And in party number 2, the Messiah, definitely a divine family archetype. And if you're self-employed, feel this one a little differently in the lead. Exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Now, in the relationship, if it's that way, that's tricky. Because doesn't a Messiah just want, I will do, you know, I am the only means through which this can succeed, Saboteur, which is not great. But the gold, wait till you hear this, serving humanity with humility. And the grace of humility is the very first grace and the very last grace in my book, Words of Grace. It is knowing that you do not know. I call it the maiden grace. There's also a mother and a crone. Those three are gateway graces. They open up to other graces, known or unknown. Grant me the grace of humility to know that I do not know, but I am willing to be shown. It's not passive. It can be very, very active, because then they're like, oh, do this, right? So serving humanity that way, understand that every time any of us experience a true love moment, even if it is for a split second, that anchors into the Earth's electromagnetic field, I'm not kidding, and allows true love to become more the norm rather than the exception. I like this. Very, very powerful. So we're going to look at this from the outside in. From my perspective, I have no planets in Gemini, but also for you from the inside out, looking at relationships in the physical world, because that's what the lower three chakras are about. Your relationship to yourself and the solar plexus, your relationship to another person, sacral chakra, think an umbilical cord, like a psychic cord. It's a soul contract, right? One-on-one, but also money, sex, power, creativity, all of that. And root chakra, tribal, right? Connection to the earth, connection to your family, to your circle of friends, nationality, any three or more. Where three or more are gathered, it's a root chakra issue, or dynamic, I should say, is probably a nicer way to say that. So let's get these 10 on the table. I love the Celtic Cross. Please take a nice deep breath. This should be interesting. Still point. My gods, override. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, beloved ones of mutable air. 10 cards, face down, Celtic Cross. 4, the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading on the path of true love. We've got party number 1, Saboteur in the 8th. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras. Messiah, so that's the cover. This is the cross, but could be the Gemini with the Messiah in the 8th. What's going on down there? Ooh, down there. What's going on at the core? Subconscious influences. They may not be aware of it unless they're really, really, really tuned in, and that's a possibility. So what's going on there? What's in there behind? What's behind them? What got them to this crossroads on the hero's journey of the path of true love in the outside world? And what's crowning this, hovering above it? It's still going to come down into the physical form. It might even be in the physical form, but it's at a crossroads. It's an opportunity. It's a potentiality. What's that look like? What's before them on the path, just around the river bend, just around the corner, should they deal with that thing hovering over them? And then let's look at the universal learning template. What is so often called negative influences, but it's the lesson. What is the lesson you would have them learn on the path of true love? What does this contract look like from the outside in, how the world views it, their hopes and fears, which is their destiny and their fate. We're handed fate, born into it, stuff just scripted like your eye color. But what we do with it, if we take the hero's journey on the path of true love, we alchemize that fate to destiny, like lead to gold. And please, beloved gods, what is the most probable outcome to this timeline for the Gemini collective and cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading in this timeless path of true love? Read. Let's start flipping them. Okay. Ooh, okay. So, party number 1, Saboteur the Star. Right? Now look, the star to me, I say it every time, highest vibrational, spiritual card in the deck to me as a reader, just through my own personal experience. This is Pandora's box. Pandora letting out all the evils of the world except for hope. Now, Neil Gaiman said that because she didn't release hope, that was sort of the worst thing she could have done, because we still hold on to hope. Now that's a little cynical, but it's Neil Gaiman, and I adore him. He can do no wrong. Look, Pandora, obviously, there is a star to guide you here. Lower 3 chakras in the physical world. This could you certainly a wish fulfillment, you making a wish, wanting better, hoping for better. But I'm going to say in terms, look at me, crossing my solar plexus, in terms of your intuition, lower 3 chakras, when it's a major arcana card, if you're new, in a chakric zone, like in this case all 3, then it's all 3. So I would say your survival intuition, lower 3 chakras, navigating your way here is probably right on, but inspired. May not make sense up here. Might make sense down here. But in the part 2, we'll get the Daughters of the Moon to do the Heart, Third Eye Crown, the round deck, the feminine energy on the inside. So that's interesting. What might be problematic, however, here is what's going on with the Messiah. Jason and the Argonauts with the 2 of Flames outside of Chiron's cave. Chiron, the wounded healer, the centaur, the teacher of heroes, Achilles, and who else? There was Achilles, Heracles. I mean, come on. It's a good story, and the entire suit of flames is the myth of Jason and the Argonauts. So, there's some second chakra vibe here. I can feel that right in my second chakra. But there's a choice to be made. Does he go into the cave, take the training, and end up being a legend, or he's like, nah, I'm gonna go have some hummus. Right, it's Greek, right? Whatever. Do some grape leaves. I have another glass of wine. Think about it, and so, I would say if you're party number 2 here, the only means through which this can happen, then there was a choice of you saying, well, I don't know if I want to do it or not. Lower 3 chakras, at least. What's at the core of this? The Death card. Hades, Lord Hades. He's lovely. He's not a murderer. He's the ender of pain. Well, then he sorts us too. I've been to the Elysian Fields, I think 3 times. I think if I return this time, I get to go to the Isle of the Blessed. Look it up. The lower 3 chakras, again, major arcana. This whole thing is transforming. So, whatever is happening here, remember the Death card is the 13th card of the major arcana, not the last, right? It's not an end. It is a transformation. Maybe that very transformation, the releasing of those 3 atoms, that's what the soul contract is for. Now, can this mean there is a literal death going on here? I rarely see that. I started reading tarot when I was 12 years old. At the time of this timeless recording, I will be 55 in September. Yeah, I know, I don't look at thanks. It's a ritual. I have to do it. Trust me. It's what my god's like. Makes them laugh. I get it. I get it that everything is transforming here, but because it's a subconscious influence, unless both of you are really tuned in, I would say the Saboteur with the star might be picking up on this, and this one might be like, I don't know. What's behind them that got them here? The Wheel of Fortune? The Fates? The 3 sisters just wove this. You may not realize that this has been going on for a while. Now, whether with this person or not, again, is this romantic, sexual? We're not even close to getting any specifics on that just yet. But I will say, you signed up for this. This is a sacred contract. It's all in divine timing. So whatever you went through to get you here, you didn't do anything wrong. You're supposed to play it that way so that you get here both sides. Let's be clear. All right. What hovers? This has come up over and over and over again. What's going on? I'm pretty sure Aries and Taurus got this, if not in the same place, then damn close. The Ace of Wands, Zeus, Ace of Wands, issuing the quest. Will he take the quest? Look, if you read Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, Power of the Hero, I suck with titles and names. I really do. I have name aphasia. Then you'll see it. It's like the hero always refuses the call at first. So this Messiah on a quest, or if you think of it that way, the only means through which this can succeed, chewing on it, that might be a wise thing. But what's hovering over this is, look, he's got the 2 of Wands there. If he accepts that 3rd wand, that'll be the 3 of Wands. A solid foundation of fire, but what they're willing to wait for in very solar plexus on the outer. But right now, Messiah is definitely 2nd chakra, so there's a choice in the air here. Feels like it's on party number 2's side to make that choice, because party number 1 might be like, well, I hope Hope this works out well, right? Staying in alignment while things transform. All right. What's before them? The true love card, Ten of Cups. The Suit of Cups in the Mythic Tarot is the myth of Eros and Psyche, a true love tale if there ever was one. I'm sure there is a link in the description box. I'm pretty sure I have it down there, of sort of like a comic book panel by panel telling of the story. It's really good. It's really good. And you'll see what I mean, because she becomes a goddess at the end. Spoiler, that's where she is. Here in this card, they're married in the Three of Cups. She doesn't become a goddess until the 10, right? Talk about true love conquering all. Course of true love never did run smooth, but it does. Conquer all, heal all wounds, break all curses, including ancestral as well as personal, bit by bit by bit by bit as we go. So look, that's what I mean. No matter what you went through back here, this is where you're headed, but are you going to take the call? Are you going to... Joseph Campbell says the hero refuses the call and then calamity ensues. The first Star Wars movie. There you go. Right? Sand people. It's just a good example, right? So whatever's going on here for you, gems, this feels really, really powerful. With a guarantee of 10 of Cups before you, we don't know. There are no guarantees. They say tomorrow's promised to no one. I'm like, sweetheart, 10 minutes from now ain't promised to anyone. So wherever you are in this, whichever one you are, know that the transformation is going on, though you may not be aware of it. What's the lesson? 10 of Pentacles. Happy, healthy family. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. All of it grounded into physical form. That's what you're training for. Outside looking in. King of Wands. This one's been popping up a lot too, and you see how long I shuffle. And I shuffle in between. I had a client yesterday between the Taurus and doing this video, so that's crazy that this fire energy keeps showing up. The Aries card. Does this mean one of them is an Aries sun sign? Not necessarily, my Geminis. First house dynamic, the self, the ego, the personality. From the outside looking in, the baby of the zodiac, the first sign of the zodiac, this could be intense passion, intense creativity, cardinal creative fire, right? And you're immutable air. So think of how air feeds fire. Again, is this romantic, sexual? True love can happen between parent and child. Did you ever see the first season of Once Upon a Time? That was on AB's with the kiss, rainbow wave. I've had a few of those. They're lovely. You got to clean up afterwards because it does change stuff. And that's the thing. If there is true love and you two are already together, maybe contracted as family, as friends, as whatever, then whatever's going on here, it might be this quest for true love, but the transformation's already underway. So yeah, be self-loving, I would take away from that. If you have any planets in Aries, I have Saturn in Aries, that would inform me about boundaries, right? And retrograde on top of that, Generation X. So, you know, look at that, but certainly no, this could be about self-love, self-care. From the outside looking in, you could say the two of you are really, really working on yourselves right now, healing yourselves, loving yourselves, however that plays itself out. And if we're going to give it a chakra, solar plexus, personal power, your honor code, pay attention to your solar plexus. It will tell you when you are about to violate your honor code. It's stored there, right? People say listen to your gut. That's when it's a personal decision. But second chakra has its own voice too. Just not necessarily seeing that here, except for the Messiah. The second chakra goes, it really does. But you have to learn its language. All right. The destiny here, we have another court card. The King of Cups. I'm pretty sure this one popped up in at least one of the other two I did here. I can't write all of these down. Just write down the titles, man. With the extendeds when I'm doing them. This is the Cancerian card, Cardinal Water in your destiny, but from the outside looking in, Cardinal Fire. So what I'm feeling about that is that the destiny is best achieved right now. This is your hopes and fears. Oh, I most hope for true love, and I'm terrified of what I'm going to have to do right on the journey, right? The risks, the fears, and all of that. Well, this is Orpheus, the bard, the poet. Went into the underworld to get his dead wife, couldn't follow directions. You know, why can't men just follow directions? It's such a funny story that way. This is intuition. This is definitely second chakra vibe. And again, if anybody has any planets in Cancer, even if it's not Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, I would have a look-see-dixie there for sure, because this is very creative. On the outer, I mean, this could be both of you. Again, this could be mirroring, not just one of you. But it is also the mother and child, isn't it? It is Cancer, the mothers of the zodiac, the moon, and Aries, the child of the zodiac, Mars. This could be very, very creative. This could be a creative collaboration, certainly, but something that is scripted. So the chances of one of you being the other's mother in a past life might be there, right? So there might be this parent-child kind of vibe going on there, but it could be literal as well. This is general reads for you. This is why I like private reads. Outcome, you just get another court card. Ten of Pentacles. There may be a lot of people involved in this. This could be a family situation. This could be a work situation. This could be maybe a corporate situation even, like that kind of thing, large, like an entire industry even. Knight of Pentacles. I'm a Virgo. This is the Virgo card. The slowest moving of the knights, mutable earth, all of the mutable signs. Virgo, the Knight of Pentacles, walks. He's actually not stopped. It's walking, right? Pisces trots, right? Mutable water. Sagittarius canters. And of course, Gemini, you gallop, the Knight of Swords there. So the Knight of Pentacles here does say slow and steady wins the race. Again, if someone's got that Virgo placement somewhere, they are indicated as part of this outcome. So astrology aside, what I love about this card is that the Knight of Pentacles is walking by beehives. How long does it take for bees to make a hive from scratch, right? Sting, whatever. I just got a vision of Sting in my head. Not the sword, the singer. Fields of Gold. No, how long does it take for one bee to make a teaspoon of honey? Its whole lifespan, right? So it is slow and steady wins the race, but something very creative here. And can mean that things will certainly change, but it's got to go slow. It's got to slow and steady wins the race, which is not always Gemini's favorite way to fly, right? But do keep in mind, my beloved gems, truly, truly outrageous, that Virgo squares Gemini. That's why I try and avoid dating you. It doesn't go well. Plus, my dad was a Gemini. Born on Flag Day. Google and see who else was born on Flag Day. I win. I win the weird dad contest. Okay, so the tarot is on the track. Let's get them whispers of love. Whispers of Love, Angela Hartfield. One each, one for party number one from their higher self, and one for party number two from their higher self. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, what are the whispers of love for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers watching this video drawn to this reading, to help them alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, their illusions to truth on the path of true love. In this contract, Saboteur in the eighth, Star in the lower three chakras. One would think faith could be involved there. Let's put that face down. And party number two, Messiah in the eighth, two of wands on the outer. What you got for him? Very active, both of these. So Saboteur, the star, actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions, but chew on it a little bit, I would say, because because the fear might be, am I about to sabotage? If I say, you know how it is, if I express my love to this person, somebody new, right, maybe a reconciliation, thing like that, that Ace of Wands is hovering over both of you. That's the risk. That's the risk. For the Messiah, Two of Wands, show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. So Messiah, there's the choice, right? If this party number one offers you an opportunity with an Ace of Wands, or already has, you just need to show a simple act of kindness. And that doesn't mean you have to do it, doesn't mean you have to take it, but to do with it in a kind way. And now that you know that there's a transformation going on, fire is the element of transformation. Darlings, no matter how hard you try, you cannot unburn a cookie, right? There's no going back after it. That's the difference between a change and a transformation. There ain't no going back. That's alchemy for you. So the kindness, but it is, show simple acts of kindness. It's very yang, and for what's on the table, this makes sense, but slow and steady, right? The amount of earth in this, okay, so I like to do this. Major Arcana, 1, 2, 3. Okay, not predominant. Let's do earth. Where are you? I know I saw one of them here somewhere. 1, 2. All right, 2 and 2. Earth, air. No air. No air signs. Your element's not here. Fire. 1, 2, 3. So far that's predominant. And how about water? 1, 2. So, your predominant element is fire in the reading, which says choices, decisions, heart's desires, that kind of stuff. But I'm going to say solar plexus dominant, right? Really, really pay attention to your solar plexus. If you don't understand its language, then slow down and let it speak to you, so to speak. To you, whatever. Let's get our last card down. Remember, this is for both of you. Whoever this is, as you start doing it for you. If you're twin flame contract, you're going to heal yourself, because you are the common denominator in all your relationships anyway. If it is a soulmate contract, you will help each other heal. So as you heal, the other one will heal simultaneously, vibrationally. But it's not a manipulation. That's the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract. It's just how it works. And true love conquers all of that, regardless of if it's twin flame and soulmate. Really check some of the videos in the description box. Some of them are mine, but the one from Matt Kahn, not kidding, changed everything for me. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters, override. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of true love, and there are more of you than people might realize. Please, beloved ones, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What is the perfect healing mantra? To help them alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, the illusion to truth, to remove the obstacles to true love, which is their natural divine inheritance in this Saboteur Messiah contract on the hero's journey of the path, on the path, being on the path of true love. Embracing worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. And you know what? I see that in the star. To anchor that high spiritual vibration. Now, I will tell you, I've had this deck since it came out in 2018. Bought it off Matt Kahn's website. He's a genius. I mean, we use that word a lot, but he's lived through it, from what I understand. I don't know him personally. I get no kickbacks. Like, I don't get a percentage of any of this. But I share what works for me. This one takes time, though. It does. It is a slow and steady wins the race. It's not like you say it once. It's not like popping open a bottle of soda, pop, depending on where you live, right? Seltzer, alka, or otherwise. It does take practice, and it is a process of loving yourself. So this is our one book read in part one, because in part two we got a lot. We get 10 Daughters of the Moon Tarot. We got a Journey of Love, Archangel Fire Oracle, Blue Angel Oracle, Archangel Michael, Kuan Yin Oracle, Whispers of Lord Ganesh. Oh, and then we're doing a new thing, Animal, Vegetable, and Mineral. So we're going to use the Divine Animals Oracle, the Magical Herb Oracle, and the Crystal Oracle to end it. new. That's why I change it every time. It changes by itself every time. Where are we? We are embracing worthiness. We're Beatrice. Where are you? Embodying my soul, embracing worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. It's one of my favorite ones, actually. Do it with breath work, not kidding. Think it silently while you breathe. When worthiness dawns, you know that life has a bigger plan in store. You are able to navigate the highs and lows of each moment, aware of a greater cosmic force at play. I'm going to say that's got to be party number 1, dominant. Not that party number 2 can't. It's a divine family archetype. Worthiness grants you permission to honor all that you are and moves you in the direction that fulfills your deepest passions, element of fire, your heart's desires. This mantra is ideal for feeling more joy, working through creative blocks, and helping the body heal. So, you are a saboteur and a messiah. The contract is a saboteur and a messiah embracing worthiness. You signed up for it. How do you know? You're here. All right, take some of the mystery out, but not really. So, if you are new to the channel, we do a little thing here called a blessimation. It's a combination of the word blessing and summation. Allows the energy to actually, any energy that's left of this reading in the stream goes through these cards and out to you. And then at the end of that, that's the end of the reading, though I usually refer to it if anything else comes to me afterwards. But we're going to talk about Patreon and readings and private sessions. But it helps me release you all, and I let any residual goofy in my cell tissue out too. Isn't that kind of me? One last time. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. We end as we began. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love so that party number 1 can highlight their fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to their life by following the star, following the guidance, the grace that's coming to them, acting on it. Yeah, maybe coming in this way, but acting on it that way. And that party number 2 can serve humanity with humility, knowing that they don't know, but being willing to be shown. And that's certainly a choice that they make. Maybe not a life-changing decision, but a choice by choice by choice kind of deal, because there is a transformation going on here that may not be apparent to them, but it is something scripted, it is something written, it is something in divine timing, because that's where they're coming from. It's not like you're in divine timing and then you're not. Maybe this felt more divine timing in the past than it did then, or perhaps the wheel has turned a while since this has happened, because hovering over this is the Ace of Wands, which is an invitation. It is an invitation in the air. When Zeus issues forth the challenge, it's usually more than one hero, unless he picks one in particular, to do the deed, to take the quest. And certainly with the Messiah there holding the 2 of Wands, something's gone on here. And should they take that quest? Not so far down the road, there is the 10 of Cups, the true love card, their cups overflowing. The love that conquers all, heals all wounds, breaks all curses and hexes. And the lesson, though, is the 10 of Pentacles, to make it stable, to make it a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise family environment, romantic relationship, work environment, whatever that is. It's definitely tribal, very, very, very root chakra. By dealing with the Aries vibe, the personality, the ego, the self, the fear, the lead, embodying the soul, embracing worthiness, to just keep taking this amazing journey that's here, because the potentiality here in the physical form is very creative with that Cancerian card, and also, yes, nurturing and home, house, and home, fourth house dynamic. But the most probable outcome for them right now is there is going to be healing. Sixth house, Virgo, health and occupation, because what we are occupied with affects our health, and our health affects what we're preoccupied with. That they may take this journey with party number one, their actions speaking loudly, expressing their love through their actions, and with party number two showing simple acts of kindness, because a simple act of kindness energizes them and brings happiness to those around them, as both of them work a little bit here and there with the breath or whatever, embracing worthiness, because they can feel worthiness filling every cell of their bodies, and it does feel amazing. So may they be blessed with all that they need on the hero's journey of the path of true love, to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions of themselves they can be, for their well-being, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. Tingle, 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 tingle. I love the new music. Thank you, Janet Grace. I love this. This one's called Sigma, like Alpha, but Sigma. Look up Sigma Empath. You might find it enlightening. Google it. Did you like the reading? Did it help? Did it make sense? Click the thumbs up to help other Geminis and Cross Watchers find it. If you would like more of me here on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. Because over on Patreon, we're doing some amazing stuff there, so it allows me to reach out to other people. I'm not monetized on YouTube anymore, right? Nope. I love when I put out content and people who want it have access to all of it, not something else picks and chooses for them. That's just how I am as a Virgo. So I love me some Patreon. Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess is the 8th tier, and the top tier, they get everything. All of my subscribers get daily check-ins, they get extended readings, and they get extensive discounts on private sessions with me, readings and spiritual counseling, and with the new 7-day free trials. I don't know if we're going to go past the first two, Seeker and Human, because Hero gets quite a bit more. We'll see about that. I don't know. I'll feel that one out. But you can check us out for 6 days if you like. Jump out the 6th day and not have to pay at all. But you get the daily check-ins and the extended readings. But if you want the extensive discounts, stay till day 8. You get it for a month. Same discount as those two, as God Goddess. So I love me some Patreon. It's my true love for sure. But let's talk about readings. I have done variations on this spread for so many people for so long, and people love the readings, and I'll tell you why. Because no matter how rough it may seem, I am walking this path myself, so I have a deeper sympathy, empathy, insight, and understanding for anybody, and I'm always glad to help, because particularly the romantic ones, I do romantic soulmate contract reads. Those are different. Those will be coming up in a few months. Janet's working on that music now, but this is at least, no matter who the other person is, even if you don't know who they are, you can do this. So jump over to the extended if you want. You can do it on Vimeo on demand if you like, but if you'd like to book me for a private reading, there's a link in the description box to a video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains everything in about 11 minutes. It's also on my website, drawingthecircle.com. There's a store. Click on the store. You'll see reading packages and spiritual counseling, other stuff there too if you feel like shopping. But you click on that, it's all in writing, but the video explains it all, and I say it every time. I say it on the video, I've never ever turned anybody away because of lack of funds. As a matter of fact, the client that I had yesterday was a fair barter. It was clean, we both agreed to it, and we worked it out, because where there's a witch, there's a way, and we can work it out. So, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really, really, really hope that you'll embrace that worthiness, because that is our divine inheritance that if we don't know is there, how can we claim it? It's there because we are divine beings in human form. We are souls on a journey that agreed to these contracts on some level, then forgot about them. And so to take the transformative journey that's here for you. I believe you, so I'm also here to help. So thank you so much for very, very much from my core to yours for your dedication, your passion on the path of true love. It's helping all of us heal. So heal, hail, farewell, and blessed be.